Давайте, идите. Lydia, where are we going?
Behind.
Why? Does your mom have wool there?
Yes.
Can you show me where?
Matthew vlog it. Matthew vlog it in week, okay? Matthew vlog it
So, we just came from Lupine and we got what? Some chocolate. We got strawberry. And you got what? A little duck. It's gone.
I'm ready to eat it.
No.
This is how much I have.
Yum. Now we're gonna go for a walk in this beautiful neighborhood. Over there. Hello friends and welcome to Strawberry Patches podcast. My name is Marina. I'm coming to you from the sunny Auckland, New Zealand today, and I have a lot of stuff to show you, and I also want to invite you to Woolfest. All of this in today's video, and I'm planning to make it short, so fingers crossed that's gonna happen. I have a lot of things to show you that I'm bringing to Woolfest, and just a few things that I have finished. So if you like fiber arts, spinning fiber, knitting with colorful yarn, and if you're here just to have some company while you're working on your favorite project or doing something else, then thanks for joining me. I absolutely love it when you leave your comments below, so if you have something to say, just do that. Just write to me whatever you feel like. If you have questions, that as well. So quickly about where you can find me. I am Strawberry Patches and Marina Hoja on Instagram and MarinaToys on Ravelry. I also have an indie dyed business where you can find all of this gorgeous fiber and yarn that I'm going to talk about today, which is strawberrypatches.nz. So, first of all, today is the 14th of May 2026. And in just about 9 days only, we have Woolfest coming. Woolfest is this, as the name suggests, it's an event here in Auckland, New Zealand, where all the yarn companies, indie dyers, small businesses like myself come together and offer all of our makes to you guys. And we also love shopping from each other as well, because it's the place that happens once a year here in Auckland where you can find almost everything that's there in New Zealand that people offer. Some people don't come to Woolfest and you can only find them online, but mostly I think if you live in Auckland, that's just a must do every year. I'm every year excited about it, and I'm counting the days till I can come. And this year, thankfully, I'm coming again. I'll be in Shed 1 like last year and the previous year. And hopefully that'll be the same place. I'm usually at the entrance of Shed 1 on the right. Last year, I was lucky to be between Prosper Yarn and the author of Granny McFlitta, and also there was close to me was Rewa Station, which are absolutely amazing traders that you have to meet. And of course, come to say hi. And I will have lots of treats planned for you. First of all, let's just finish with Woolfest and then I'll show you what I've been working on. So at Woolfest, as I said, I will have the Woolfest special colorway, which I showed in the previous episode. And also you can enter to win a prize. So how that works is I've been doing it every year. Any purchase you make, if you wish, so you can leave me your details like telephone number or email. And at the end of the day, I will just number all of the entries and draw a winner and contact you. And basically like the next Monday or Tuesday, you'll get your surprise in the mail. Yeah, no matter what your purchase is, you're in the draw to win a box of goodies. There'll be yarn, there'll be notions, there'll be other things, and I'm happy to give that to you. Also, if you come to me wearing anything that you've made with Strawberry Patches yarn or fiber, I have a little gift for you. Last year it was so lovely to see you wearing, there was one lady who was wearing a vest that she made with her hand spun, and some of it was like the very nice contrasting colorful stripes from the haunui braid that she spun. Oh, it was so lovely to see. So come say hi and support our local makers. The entry is absolutely free. It's on the 23rd of May from 10 to 4, and the parking's free, and there's lots of food trucks, so I hope I'll see you there. Right, so now that that's done, I forgot to let me put on the microphone. Yep, now I have the microphone and hopefully the sound is way better. Now let's move on to the finished objects, shall we? I have finished this lovely passion fruit hat, as I call it. I think last time I showed you the skein of yarn that I dyed that was very colorful, and there was black speckles and yellow speckles and this really lovely purpley violet color. So I finished the hat. It took me only one day to make. This was a free pattern that you see on the screen, and I have this much left. I was afraid that I'll run out, but no. So this yarn is the new yarn that I will add to my shop. It's a chunky 100 meters, 100 gram yarn, and I'm thinking of adding a pom-pom to this one. I think it'll be cute. My daughter tried it on and she loved it. She looks so cute in it, much cuter than I do, but I'm taking it to Woolfest so that you can see it there. And hopefully I'll finish the pom-pom before then. The other finished object I have is the Seize the Day socks. And there's no particular pattern that I'm using other than I cast on 60 stitches and I do 1 by 1 ribbing, and then here I did a slip stitch heel, which, to be honest, I just kind of made up my own Frankenstein pattern out of many patterns that I've used, and so that there is no, like, you can see here that the pulling of the yarn is sort of, I didn't like it the way it was, like very obvious yellow stripe. I wanted it micro striping like here. So I introduced some slip stitches on some part of it. As you can see on the top of the heel here, I have some rows, random rows of slip stitches. And they're done. It's been a while. And yeah, this colorway was one of the Mermaid's Treasure colorways of the club that I have in the shop. That's the only 2 objects that I have, because now that I'm posting these videos more regularly, there was a lot done in the 4 months that I haven't podcasted. That's why there was a lot to show. But this time I have lots of dyeing to show you. So shall we move into works in progress? And the first work in progress I want to show you is, as you remember, this year I decided to challenge myself, kind of challenge, but sort of plan to find new yarns for myself, because now that I dye a lot of yarn, I have access to a lot of lovely bases of yarns, and I know what I want and I know how to dye it. I'm kind of a little bit of a yarn snob. So I decided that I need to kind of fix that and try out new yarns. And every month I'm knitting with a new brand for me. It can be indie dyed, it can be commercial yarn. So for April, I decided to finally use this wonderful Zilana Air yarn that I have purchased. It's the Luxurious series, which is a blend of cashmere, brushtail, possumy down, and I think merino. Should be merino, yes. Oh no, there's no merino on this one. There's 40% cashmere, 40% brushtail possum down, and 20% mulberry silk. Oh, no wonder. Okay, so it's very, very lightweight, and it's very, it's not very springy, I would say, but it's so, so soft. And I started just a cuff of what is going to become mittens, cloudburst mittens. It's a pattern that I've knitted before. It's these little mitts, and I made them in something else before because I saw Alanna, my friend from the Black Cat Knitting Company. She's a designer. She's done this, and she had them at Woolfest one of the years that we traded together, and I thought, oh, what a cool pattern, I need to make some. So she made just one pair out of this tiny ball. And I thought, yes, one day I'm going to do the same. So that's my April new to me yarn, Zilana Air. Haven't tried it before. And I'm suspecting it's going to be absolutely delicious to wear. We shall see once it's done. So I was a little bit late with casting that one on. It's already May, and this was my April yarn. But for May, I cast on almost at the beginning of the month. It was hard to choose the yarn because I have so much yarn in my stash. It's embarrassing. But I found this yarn that I received as a little exchange from Kylie. Kylie and Gill are the two lovely ladies who have another podcast, A Cup of Tea and Yarn. And I love watching their videos as well. They're so inspiring and funny. And a couple years back, we did a little swap, Christmas swap. And Kylie has kindly gifted me some glow yarns. I've never tried their yarn, so I decided to do that. I had this contrast mini as well. And this green colorway is called The Weekend at the Badge. And the mini is called A Good Day. And I love these colors, and I think brown is just such a wonderful contrast for it. I have cast on the exact same thing, 60 stitches, and just did a tiny little contrast ribbing at the top and just started. Basically, it's just to put a tick. Yes, I've started the new to me yarn in May. Haven't really worked on it yet. But what I've been working on a lot is my Close to You shawl number 3. That's a pattern that I've been talking about a lot lately because I made one in January for my mother-in-law, and I am also making sort of a sample for the shop, but also we have a tiny little knit-along happening here at our community center. That's a lovely shawl by Justyna Lorkowska, which is a free pattern, and I've done this much. If I was going to stop, I think that would be a really cute little scarf, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use all of the yarn, and that's the yarn I have in the shop. It's the baby alpaca silk and merino yarn. I think it's called alpaca singles, something like that. You'll find it in the store if you want to try it out, because it's very drapey and lovely and silky. On my website, you can filter all the bases that you see by their content. So for example, if you want something with yak, silk, or mohair, or alpaca, you can choose that fiber, and it'll show you all the yarns that have that content. It lives in my lovely bag from Dani of the Knit a Suitcase podcast, who I'm going to see very soon because I'm going to Bendigo in Australia. It's going to be my first time in Australia. I'm going to be in Melbourne. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. I'll tell you more about it later. Another thing I'm working on is my love note. I kind of told you a little bit about it. Oh no, my stitches have come off. How did that happen? Okay, normally I'm very good at keeping the stitches on the needles, but this time I wanted to try this on, so I put it on cord, and of course the stitches ran off. I think the best way to avoid that is to use these cute little needle stoppers that I have in the shop. and then all your stitches are gonna stay put. So what happened here was that I made a swatch in the flat, and when I started knitting in the round, I didn't notice how much my gauge has changed. And then there was this lacy section where it was not clear what my gauge was, but let's just try it on. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the mic. Anyways, right now I can tell that if I increase more, as the pattern suggests, I'm gonna have a huge, the too big to me sweater. So what I decided to do is I changed to a needle size less, and I'm not going to do those increases as the pattern suggests. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some length to it until the place where I need to divide for the sleeves. Also, with the neckline, I'm going to really cinch it up a little bit. And I think what I need to do is do the neckline now so that I know approximately what is my depth of my yoke. Anyways, all of that to say that this is in a little bit of a timeout, although this was supposed to be my quickest knit. That's not happening at the moment. Well. Let's move on. Another thing I've been doing, because I guess there was so much going on. I had a big 4-kilogram big order to dye, which is a secret, so I cannot share the details, but I'm so excited about it. All of that is thankfully dyed and ready to be shipped. Then I also had a sweaters quantity order to dye some fiber, which I did. Actually, it's that fiber that I dyed again. So just so that you know, if you want to spin and knit your own jumper, I can do that for you. I can dye up however many braids you want for your sweater, whatever size you need. You want custom order, just reach out. And all of that to say that I sometimes wanted just to do something mindless, and for me that was spinning. So I spun this lovely Anna Grattan spice colorway. That's her bag. It comes in the 200 grams bags like this one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Corriedale wool with silk and nylon glitter, and oh, I don't know if the sun is doing its justice, but it's absolutely beautiful. That it's kind of like a copper glitter that comes through it and makes it shine a little bit more. And also, of course, the silk does. And I spun it without any plan. The only thing I did was to divide the colors. I took out like the chunks, this long chunks of fiber, and I spun them from the fold. So I have sort of like all the colors are a little bit more pronounced. So yeah, it turned out a bit of a DK weight. And now I need a plan. I don't know what to do with it. Shall I take it to Woolfest and sell it? Because it's not really some colors that I would wear. I don't think they suit me. But maybe you would like to knit something with it. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. And I started another of Anna Grattan's lovely Corriedale blends. This one is just Corriedale. 27 micron, it's called Forest, and it comes, I braided it. That's just because it's easier to handle it like that. But as you can see, it comes in a sliver like this, and you can see all the colors. So if I was to spun it just as it goes, it would blend all the colors and make it a bit more muted. But I wanted them a bit brighter, so I did the same thing as with Spice. I took out just about this much, and then I kind of zhuzhed all the browns on one side, all the other colors on the other, and put it like this on my finger. And I always start with the brown, and then as it goes towards the greens and finish it, and then I start another lot again with the brown. And when I apply it, of course, it's gonna sometimes The fibers are going to overlap browns with browns, sometimes browns with greens, and there is also lovely teal here as well. Oh, it's just delicious fiber. Absolutely divine. I love working with New Zealand fiber. And I think after that, the next thing I should do is probably haunui, right? Remember that I'm a haunui-holic? Here is some fiber that I just dyed yesterday, and it's still a little bit wet. That's why it's not braided yet. But this is the beautiful, beautiful fog colorway, which is fog is a light, light gray, 20 micron, beautiful haunui. And I've been making lots of warmer colors lately, and now I've decided to go back to my usual teals and greens. But I don't know. That's not something I had in mind. That aubergine color is a bit more pink than I wanted it to be. But never mind. I have plenty of colors to choose from if you will not purchase them at Woolfest. But I don't mind. I can always grab some more because I ordered quite a lot from Harriet, who is the person to contact if you want undyed haunui wool. So she kindly sent me all of this fiber for me to play with, and I showed you this one last time, but today I thought I'd show you a little bit more of the things I have in shop. Oh, and I forgot to say all the wonderful things that my husband did for the website. So first of all, now that there have been more customers coming from the USA, he managed to add the your currency button. So if you're shopping from Australia, UK, or the USA, you can adjust your currency so that you can see how much it is in approximately in your currency. And another thing he added was the reviews. And oh my God, thank you so much to everyone who has left a review. It was so heartwarming to read all the nice things you have to say about strawberry patches and the fiber and the yarns. And if you're curious, go to the website and check out the reviews button there. So yeah, that's the exciting things that are happening on the website. So shall we now another thing I want to share with you is the club reveals, because this month I have some clubs traveling all the way to Chile, which means I cannot share them with you I cannot share them publicly until they have reached their destination. And also there is one club that a friend of mine is buying, and she hasn't been able to pick it up yet. So again, I cannot share that with you, but I thought I'd share it here because if you don't want to see, you can skip that section. But if you want to see, let's see. First, let's go with the Fiber Club. Hello friends, and welcome to the May's Fiber Club reveal. This month I was inspired by the golden and ruby red colors of the trees, and I dyed up this autumnal colorway on the very, very soft New Zealand haunui wool, which is 22 micron. It's incredibly soft, and it's not, you know me, I like blues and greens, but this colorway I thought you would appreciate as well, because it's such a very unusual and very cool combination of golden, ruby reds and sort of grays, which I think is the perfect colors for the leaves that I took a picture of here. So I hope you like it. This is to keep you warm during the cold days, and I'll see you next month. As you can see, the story behind it was very close to my heart, because it reminded me of my home and how we used to go to school on the 1st of September, which was the first day of autumn in Russia, and seeing all those trees change in color really made me a little bit homesick, and that's why I dyed that braid that color. And I hope you like it. Another club that I'd love to share with you is the Once Upon a Mini. Hello friends, and welcome to the May Once Upon a Mini yarn club reveal. This month we're traveling to Turkey, where I will tell you all about the legend of this beautiful Shahmaran, who is a half beautiful lady and half snake. And the colors are these. I also wanted to treat you with a taste of something very, very Turkish, and this is the çikolatalı gofret, which means chocolate waffle, that I used to eat a lot when I was in Turkey. So I hope you like it, and I'll see you next month. So yes, I have it right here with me, and this time the colorway Shahraman. Actually, that story I have never read before, but it was really lovely to discover it and choose it for you guys. And it's such a, I don't know, it's a story about love and betrayal and, yeah, and what people do for love. So the Shahraman, queen of the underworld, is these colors, and that's her heart, or yeah, these are the colors that you get, and I hope you like them as much as I do. I dyed some extras that I'm bringing to Woolfest, and I have of course kept one for myself. The other club that we have is the Mermaid's Treasure Club. Let's see. Hello friends, and welcome to the maze skein for the Mermaid's Treasure Club. This time it's called Mermaid's Ransom, and I decided to go for this golden Stellina sparkle base, and it's in this gorgeous rainbow colors, you know, like the treasures that you would give to ransom a mermaid. And the matching skein is this really cool gray, and the little trinket you get is this cool mermaid's tail clasp stitch marker. So I hope you like it, and I'll see you next month. And yes, this base was very unusual. Actually, it was coming that I would choose something sparkly, right? So I hope you enjoyed these club reveals, and now I would like to share with you some of the recent playing in the dye pots. And after that, I'd love to talk about my knitting plans. Shall we start? Okay, so as I did say in my newsletter that I posted today, I have some luxurious blends that I'm bringing to Woolfest this year. One of them is Alpa Silk. Oh yes, that's the one that I was talking about when I described this shawl that I'm making. It's the Alpa Silk base with 60% merino, 20% baby alpaca, and 20% silk. It's 115 meters per skein. And it's so silky that the skein wants to come undone. It will make absolutely gorgeous shawls or drapey things, garments. If you want something with a little bit more weight, that's what we have here. So I have them on chocolate, and I have one in tealicious. It has some brown speckles throughout. I have 3 of each. Then I also have this lovely, lovely silk and Blueface Leicester 5545 base, which, can you see how shiny that is? It's absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be so lovely. I actually saw a pattern by Wool & Pine called the Alchemist Tea, and it calls for some drapey yarn, which has, I don't remember what it was, but it was silk and maybe linen or something. But I think this yarn would work very well, especially now that it is 600 meters per 100 gram, which is lace. But if you double it, you'll get your sport weight. That's what I think I will do with the yarn for that tea, which I purchased. And by the way, this colorway is called Swan Lake, and it's just this really lovely blue. It's one of my colors. And this is another blue, which is Swan Lake again, but the base is a bit different. This yarn comes a tinge of a little bit yellow, so you can see how that affects Like it looks a little bit darker, that one, and this one, because of the silk, looks a tiny bit lighter. This lovely skein has colorful neps. It's Donegal nep, and it's the usual 4-ply with 400 meters. This would make really nice sweaters and cowls, hats, things like that, little garments. Also, I finally discovered that the Wild Earth Yarns have their sock yarn back in stock, so I ordered a lot of that, and I'm just pumping out beautiful New Zealand sock for you, sock sets and sock yarn. So this is the 80% New Zealand superwash merino, 20% nylon. This one is the Patukawa flower, and it's really lovely red. If you're from New Zealand, you know exactly what I mean. And this one is the birch trees, which I've had in the shop, but it's sold out. I'm planning to dye up some green minis to go with it, because I think it will make really lovely sock sets. But I will not put them as sets, you can purchase them separately. And speaking of sock sets, I tried some more speckly yarn, and I dyed up this Oh Dahlia colorway. And this time I made sock sets for it. One of them will have the yellow mini, the other one will have the purple mini. And they are very, very fun. Look at that. Look at that skein. It has all the colors. It's just so much fun. So these are coming to Woolfest, and I also had some space in the pants, so I dyed up these minis as well, which will be separate. They are coming as well. And oh, what else? Yeah, I'll be talking about that in a minute. Then I've been, of course, dyeing lots of haunui. All of this haunui is coming to Woolfest. For example, this one is Sunset at Waiheke. Isn't it lovely? That one is called Kiwi After Dark. This is my very, very me colors. Another Sunset at Waiheke. Then there we have a Pukiko Disco, very bright and a lot of fun. Then we have our Going Fur knit, and we have the Feijoa Feelings, Native Bush. I dyed a little bit more when I had that order for a sweaters quantity. Ooh, then we have something really moody that my husband surprisingly loved. Blueberry Cinnamon Muffin. In this really lovely, what is the base? Brown base. I didn't say, but I'm thinking it's either toffee or something. And ooh, I like that one. That one is another dark storm base, 26 micron, and it's Underground Beauty. Oh, look at that. I wonder if you can tell. I wonder if the colors are true to life. So all of this box, there's more. Let's see, something from the previous ones. Oh, this one was very popular. This is Amethyst Amber. It has some oranges, reds, and purples throughout. Oh, I'm surprised this one still haven't sold. Maybe that's the one I should spin. It's Treasure, 27 micron haunui. I should spin this one. And there's more, guys. There's so much more that I don't know if I can tell you all about it. Golden Hour, 27 micron. I think it was oatmeal color, base. So there's more and more and more, and there will be more. Okay, I guess this episode is never going to be short. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is some knitting plans, and then I'll wrap it up. So, as the days got colder here, I've been reaching out to all of my knitted sweaters, and one of them that I wear the most, especially I wore when I was breastfeeding, actually since I finished it every winter, like I go through stages when I take out that sweater and I just wear it nonstop every day until it needs to be washed, and then I grab something else. I'm talking about this Floozy 2 sweater. If you could come closer, you would see that there are some snags that need fixing and the color has become a bit faded, but it's one of my favorite sweaters of all the things that I've made. I think mainly because of the fit, which I think it was just pure luck that I made it bigger and not as fitted, and I just love how comfortable I feel in it. This pattern is by Libby Jonson, truly Myrtle here, a designer here in New Zealand, and I made 2 of these. Yeah, the other one I made with pink, almost like a little bit lighter than this, but like very bright. And I love it. I loved making it. It's just not the color that suits my complexion. What was I thinking? I don't know. I still wear it sometimes at home, but every time I look at myself in the mirror in it, I notice that it's not the color that complements my skin. So, but this one is, and I have been thinking that maybe I should make myself another one, because first of all, this color work is super simple. It's slip stitches only. And I remember how fast this went and how much fun it was. There's only 2 contrast colors, but they add so much interest to it. Anyways, I was dyeing up some gray yarn and I thought, oh, maybe I should make myself another one in these beautiful grays, but make an accent in something else, like an emerald green or sapphire blue or something. But then I thought, let me experiment with some lavender. So I had some gray and then I put a little bit of a purple in it to see if I would get sort of like muted lavender. But I guess I put too much gray in it and it kind of looked just darker gray and I didn't like that. So I put a little bit more pink in it. And then I came up with this gorgeous color that I don't have a name for yet, because to be honest, I could not replicate this colorway because I kind of added and added and added things. And one of these dyes I don't have anymore. But I absolutely love it and I have 4 of these. So I thought, wouldn't that be a great color for another jumper like that? I think it would. So I need your suggestions. What would you pair this? I think adding the white here with that would make it a really lovely contrast. So basically what you have pink here is the color that I need for that. I think I could go with the pink, or that would be too close. Or I could go with the pink that is here. With that pink. Would that work? Oh yes, I think so. So if that is my main color and the stripes are white and this gorgeous pink, or emerald. Oh, I don't know. But I think this is going to be caked very soon. Does it suit me? I don't know. I think it does. My husband wasn't very impressed. But he has his own ideas about colors and things, so I'm not taking that into consideration. I'm sure he just cannot see the finished objects the way I see them. So that's coming. I think that will be my next work in progress, and I still have an itch to make something with that, because this is such a really cool gray color that I absolutely love, that would make a really lovely base for any color work, which I have so many patterns for color work. I should just finally... Oh, it's such a lovely base as well. This is this lovely New Zealand merino that is processed, grown, shorn, processed and dyed here in New Zealand. It doesn't get any more local than that. Well, it could if you had your own sheep and you actually shorn them and spun it and knitted it. But yeah, good enough. That is good enough, right? And I think that's all. Before I sign off, I just wanted to say that next episode, Lydia wanted to come up because she has dyed up some yarn again. She is so used to it now that she did it in like 5 seconds. I made her choose the colors quickly, and instead of pouring it carefully this time, she just plopped, plop, 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 plopped everything. And at first I thought, oh no, what is she doing? But the yarn that is the result of that is very beautiful. So I want to show it to you in the next episode. I hope you will stick around for that. I hope you have subscribed. If you haven't, please do so. And thanks a lot for watching this. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you at Woolfest. Bye. Ciao. До свидания. Мать его.